I tell you, and I was telling you guys, I've said this a few times. It's really, really weird how, in this past year, like Cat Williams was talking about, everything is coming to light. So many conspiracy theories are coming true. All the stuff that we thought was real, that people just thought was real in a particular section of the internet, people with the tinfoil hats, people that they called crazy, all of this stuff is coming true. This is another thing that I heard about years ago, that apparently people in certain parts of our government always knew and hid from us. I want you guys to look at this. Boy.
Adolf Hitler didn't kill himself in a bunker in Berlin as the Red Army closed in. I think we all know that was a fabricated story, or if you watch the show, you probably understand that. Hitler actually fled Germany weeks before that using a group of underground tunnels that led to an airstrip. And that airstrip was flown. He was flown from Berlin out. It took submarines, or multiple submarines that were used, U-boats that were then sent to Argentina. In other words, Hitler lived for nearly 2 decades more in Argentina, along with vast numbers of the Third Reich. Well, now Argentinian President Javier Milei
never got his punishment for all those atrocities. Lived his life out, huh? Sure, he's paying for it now, if there is a God, which I'm sure there is. I'd also heard that there was like a particular village or town down there in South America that was full of just Yahtzee people and their children. And yeah, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have much details on that, but it was kind of known, that's where they all fled to. This is all of the people that the higher ups that made it out of Germany.
Has just ordered the release of all remaining documents on all of those Nazis who fled Germany and moved to Argentina after World War II. Basically, it was almost like a second base of operations in Argentina. If you're not familiar with that, basically the Third Reich operated out of Argentina and Germany. And many of them, including Adolf Hitler, lived in Argentina well after 1945. Most people...
Many of you might say, why Argentina? I'm thinking. And I guess that's why. Who would think Argentina?
Know that Hitler lived out his days in Bariloche, Argentina, until he died there in the mid-1960s. Yes, you can read the CIA documents about this. The FBI documents also about sightings of Hitler in this area. They knew about it. Of course they knew about it. It was largely facilitated.
I saw a picture years ago where he was laying in the bed all gray and stuff, and they were saying that was him. I don't know if it's true or not, but with all this info, maybe it was.
I think it's safe to say by the United States and its allies. Operation Paperclip, anybody? Quid pro quo?
Also, if you look into this, the skull that is held in Russia that was supposedly the remains of Adolf Hitler
is a woman.
Is female.
Yeah.
So when you look for proof
so I remember hearing
Hitler
about
did
that.
in fact kill himself in the bunker, you are going to find a lot of dead ends.
Yeah, and all you need to read, you can read a great book on this called The Grey Wolf. It's a great book. There's many books written about this now. But yeah, the skull, the fragments, they ran the DNA tests on it, and the Soviets allowed them to do this testing. And even Stalin openly talked about that Hitler lived. He was not there, so Stalin knew about it. It's widely known in Argentina, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Well known that Hitler sired 2 children while he lived in Argentina.
Wow.
Adolf
See?
Hitler.
All this stuff coming, something's a brewing. Spiritually, energetically, something's going on. Too much stuff is, you know what I mean? Well, yeah. But many would say, like I said, this was out years ago anyway, so it's but yeah, I guess more people are talking about it now, more mainstreamly, more to the forefront. More people are finding out about it because of social media and stuff like that. So social media is extremely powerful. So many people are online, and YouTube is the number one platform that people watch their television on. Period. Point blank. It's the biggest thing they got going. Sound more like black and blank. Blank. Okay, so, man. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my reaction and thoughts on this, why don't you hit the like button, subscribe, and share, and tell us some more details in the comments below, because I'm sure a bunch of you guys got some other stuff that I don't even know about. 10 million subscribers. Woo!